Dear viewers, if you are a student learning this subject for the very first time, whatever the topic is, make sure that you work along with me so that you can understand each and every step easily and you can solve it and you can memorize it also. Hello viewers, today we'll learn about response of second order system for an overdamped case and for unit step input. As we all know, standard form of closed loop transfer function of second order system is C of s by R of s equal to omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. For an overdamped system, theta is greater than 1 and the roots of the denominator of the transfer function are real and distinct. Let the roots of the denominator be SA and SB. Now, SA and SB would be equal to, for this, minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n into root over zeta square minus 1. This we have found out from the earlier sessions. Now, this would be taking out minus common here, zeta omega n. So minus common here, but is plus, obviously that would be minus omega n zeta minus 1, and taking out minus common here, we have plus here. Let S1 equal to minus of SA. Here the roots, minus of SA, and S2 equal to minus of SB. S1 would be equal to minus of SA. We are left with zeta minus n minus omega n root over zeta square minus 1, and S2 would be zeta omega n plus omega n root over zeta square minus 1. Now we'll write the transfer function in terms of S1 and S2. C of s by R of s equal to omega n square s plus S1 into s plus S2. Now for unit step input, that would be R of t equal to 1. That implies R of s equal to 1 by s. C of s equal to R of s into omega n square by s plus S1 into s plus S2. That implies omega n square by R of s is nothing but 1 by s. So s into s plus S1 into s plus S2. For this, we'll go for partial fraction expansion so that we can write C of s equal to omega n square by s into s plus 1 into s plus S2 equal to a by s plus b by s plus S1 plus c by s plus S2. Supposed to find out coefficients a, b and c. For finding coefficient a equal to c of s into s for s equal to 0. Omega n square by s into s plus S1 into s plus S2 into s for s equal to 0. That would be omega n square by S1 into S2, because we have s is 0 here. That is omega n square by, we have S1 and S2, that is zeta omega n by omega n root over zeta square minus 1, zeta omega n plus omega n root over zeta square minus 1. That would be omega n square by, this would be a plus b into a minus b format, zeta square omega n square minus omega n square zeta square minus 1. Now this got cancelled and we are left with omega n square by omega n square. That's nothing but 1. So coefficient a is 1. Now we'll find out the coefficient b. For this, C of s into s plus S1 for s equal to minus S1. So that is nothing but omega n square by s into s plus S1 into s plus S2 into s plus S1 for s equal to minus S1. This is got cancelled and replacing s with minus S1 into minus S1 plus S2. This is nothing but omega n square, taking out minus here. Now minus S1 plus S2. Minus omega n square, here you have S1 also, sorry, S1 into minus S1. That is nothing but minus zeta omega n plus omega n root over zeta square minus 1 plus zeta for S2 omega n plus omega n root over zeta square minus 1. Of this got cancelled and we are left with minus omega n square. by S1 into 2 omega n root over zeta square minus 1. This is got cancelled with left with minus omega n by 2 root over zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s. So this is coefficient B. I will find out coefficient C. For that, C of s into s plus s2 for s equal to minus s2. C of s is omega n square by s into s plus s1 into s plus s2 into s plus s2 for s equal to minus s2. Okay, now this got cancelled. We are left with omega n square by s into s plus s1. We are replacing s with minus s2. So we are left with minus s2 into minus s2 plus s1. Omega n square by minus s2 into minus zeta omega n minus omega n root over zeta square minus 1 plus zeta omega n minus omega n root over zeta square minus 1. That's equal to omega n square by this got cancelled, taking out minus common, s2 into 2 omega n root over zeta square minus 1 omega, therefore omega n. So coefficient C is omega n by s2 into 2 zeta square minus 1. Now replacing C of s with coefficients, we get C of s equal to coefficient A is 1. Now B is omega n by 2 root over zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s into 1 by s plus s1 plus coefficient C omega n by 2 into root over zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s2 into 1 by s plus s2. Now this is in terms of s domain. We are supposed to find out in t domain. Time response equal to C of t is Laplace inverse of C of s. Laplace inverse of 1 by s, that is 1 minus omega n, Laplace inverse of whole of this term, omega n by 2 root over zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s1 into e power minus s1 into t plus omega n, Laplace inverse of whole of this, the third term, is root over 2 zeta square minus 1 into 1 by s2 into e power minus s2 into t. That will be 1 minus, taking out omega n by 2 root over zeta square minus 1 common, root over minus s1 into t by s1 minus e power minus s2 into t by s2, where s1 we have roots as zeta omega n minus omega n root over zeta square minus 1 and s2 zeta omega n plus omega n root over zeta square minus 1. Once the graphical representation for various values, like zeta would be 1.5, say zeta would be 2, and this is for zeta equal to 3. Here the response of overdamped second order system has no oscillations, but it takes a longer time for the response to reach the final steady state value. If you do like this video useful, please do like, share and subscribe.